DragonSword Awakening. This game. Oh, that's fucking fantastic. I'm already stuck. This game, which is Korean made, was yet another attempt to cash in on Genshin's undeserved success. Originally supposed to be yet another Genshin killer, this game was eventually changed to be a single purchase type of RPG. The too long didn't read version for that is apparently the publisher didn't pay the developer 60% of the money they owed so they can get this running as a gacha. So the devs eventually decided to change the gacha aspect of the game and sell it as a single player game, allowing you to unlock all the gacha characters through gameplay alone. Even though this is a Korean game, I'll be referring to it as a JRPG type game just because anyone looking at a game like this is probably looking for some type of anime type game. Genshin, which is the game in which DragonSword is inspired from, aka the same way indies take inspiration from 16-bit console games, aka they fucking still. In this game, though, they did a little bit more than still, a straight up copy. In an effort to simply save time, I'll list all the things that aren't taken from Genshin here first. For starters, this game does have a better battle system. It uses a 3-man tag-in system. Each character has 2 different skills in addition to minor skills depending on how you level their skill tree. For example, Aether, Luda, or Loot, I don't know, can use his healing skill with the right trigger or his heavy sword attack with the right bumper. However, if you break the enemy's shield, you can do things like using the left bumper plus the attack button to do different quick time event type moves, like stabbing the enemy with your sword and slamming him on the ground. I didn't bother with Wuthering Waves because I was burned out on these type of games at the time, but when people say that combat system's better, this game is kind of parallel to that. There's enough differences and flashiness in the system to make it seem pretty much fresh to Genshin, at least gameplay wise. Other games have done it better though, like Neptunia somehow. I don't know how they did it better, but they've done it better. The biggest battle you'll have playing against this game though is against the camera angle. It's really bad and it causes your moves to whiff like half the time. This game really needs a lock-on feature. My copy is a beta copy. I've seen the devs say that they know about this issue, so maybe it'll be addressed, maybe not. By release, who knows. When you tag out, that character stays on the field to finish their attack or skill, dealing a bit more damage. For the most part though, you'll be fighting enemies one-on-one. You have the standard class of characters like swordsmen, axe users, archers, and the like. There doesn't really seem to be a huge amount of variety, but the characters all play different enough, based on what I've played at least. The big difference is the mounts, called familiars in this game, or I think that's what they're called. They're pretty much how you glide and run faster over here. You can run underwater, swim. Each one has a slightly different stat, like one might cause you to swim faster, some run faster on land. Had this game released in 2021, I could have seen this being a really big deal, but a lot of these open world games are adding this now, and even Genshin went back at some point and added like the Natlan fucking creatures or something. And that's where the differences stop. Well, actually, there is one more. Like, some of the early characters, like Johnny, are actually pretty funny, which is kind of rare in these games because most of the guys in these gacha games are just pretty boys who just brood around all the time. But really, that's it. Like, that's fucking it. Literally everything on this game is pretty much ripped from Genshin. Like, literally, it's a case of original the character, do not steal. And I'm serious about that. I don't even know where to start. Like, how about we start at the start? Like, you get separated from your family member and you're trying to find them. Like Genshin, you land in a grassy area after waking up. Like Genshin, you make your way to the first town, a big castle town made of bricks and stones. Like Genshin, your starting character is a blonde one-handed swordsman. Like Genshin, maybe if I bust open this side mountain of rocks, it'll have a chest behind it. Like Genshin, you meet a red-coated archer that shows you the ropes of the town. Like Genshin, eventually early in the game, you're forced to take jobs from a guild. Like Genshin, you need to raise your adventure rank. Like Genshin, when you want to level up your characters, you need to use EXP books. Like Genshin, you're eventually forced to fight in domains. They're spread around the area. Like Genshin, the map opens more the more landmarks you find. Like Genshin, the bloom is fucking out of control. Like Genshin, hey look, my character's dead. If you're out of food, you gotta revive them at a statue. Like Genshin, you need gems to level up your gear. Like Genshin, every character has different flowers and stuff you need to limit break and level them up. You also can't do this until you reach a certain adventure rank. Like Genshin, the characters yap on, forcing you to travel to places like this fucking cathedral that I had to go to like 20 times for like 3-line responses. Like Genshin, hey look, the first big boss in this grassy area just happens to be a dragon related to broken ruins. Like Genshin, Oh, a yellow stamina bar that doesn't last as long as you need it to. Like Genshin. Can a menu UI be copyrighted? Who knows, because this shit looks just like Genshin's. Minigames where you fly through the air rings, like Genshin. Beating up dark-skinned tribal goblins that look just different enough from humans to avoid people saying the game is racist, like Genshin. Oh look, a chest, but I bet it's full of shit, like Genshin. This yellow mark shows the main quest. Those blue ones are smaller side quests, like Genshin. The only way to dodge in battle is to dash and roll, like Genshin. Hey, these statues act as warp points, like Genshin. Even if you pause the game, the world still goes on, but maybe this is worse than Genshin because you'll still get killed when you're looking at your gear. And honestly, there's a lot more, but really, that's the general feel of the game. If you really like Genshin, but you hate Gacha, this is the game for you. But that's all it's for. So yeah, I mean, at 30 bucks, this game is cheaper than like a 40 pull from most Gacha games. But the reality is you don't need to spend money on Genshin to have the same experience, or any other open world Gacha game. This game's going to release with about 19 characters, half of which just look like Genshin characters for some reason. And most of the current running clones have over like 80 playable characters. This game will not put in the funds to have that many characters on its roster. There's only one announced character for post-release. If you put the same amount of effort in any of these other open world games, let's say 40 hours, you're going to end up with more characters in those games. Those games have been running for years, they have a ton of backlog content. They have anniversaries with free characters, and the rewards equal hundreds of thousands of gems. That will get you more than 19 characters. They also have like anniversaries and stuff that give you free rolls. So it's really hard to say who this game is really for. Like if your issue with Genshin itself or Wuthering Waves is the gacha, you know, I don't know what to say. The live service model is what makes these games unbearable. Drip feeding content and having in-game content waste your time going back and forth to the same locations, hoping you eventually log off and play the next day. That's the kind of BS that's actually still in this game. You unlock a warp statue, for example, and you need to find the broken parts for it, and there's no issue at all. It's not hard to do, but you'll notice it's broken into 4 parts spread around equal distance around the area, thus wasting your time. This game still retains all the pointless puzzles, quests, lore, text, which thankfully you can actually skip, and such that makes playing these open world gacha games such a fucking drag in the first place. And if that's what you want, you'll 100% enjoy this game. If you're sick of the live service model of gameplay, you'll probably get bored really fast. It actually took about 6 hours with me skipping a lot of the text and doing nothing but running to the next main quest to actually get a non-starting character. And that doesn't even include the amount of time it would take to like grind this character's constellations or whatever you want to call them up to number 6, which is also like Genshin. If your idea of fun is unlocking a character every 9 hours if you play normally and grinding endlessly for them, then this is your game. But if you're not into that live service model, then you know you're definitely going to want to skip. Like, I mean, compare this game to any other game, you know, Trails, Persona, Xenoblade, you know, Pokemon, fucking Tales, anything. You play those games for 10 hours, it makes you actually think like you're in some big world quest. You're actually going towards a goal. This game, like pretty much any other open world gacha game, it just has me feeling like, hey, I need to get to the next adventure rank so I can raise my level, so I can range my skill, so I can battle more monsters, then get to the next adventure rank, and repeat the same process over and over and over and over and over until you're level fucking 90 and you're done with the game.